Okay, let's do a bit of a build update because after the unboxing, quite a lot's happened, as you'll see, and I'm going to talk you through this stuff. So, undercoated the whole thing with some spray paint, and then the first step was to build the engine, which actually went together pretty nice. And if I hold it the right way, here it is. So this is built, and then I sprayed the whole thing silver, which has turned out really nice, apart from the fan on the front, which I have sprayed black. So that's part number one. There is an air filter, I think, that goes on the top, but that's just shown as an indication, and it will go on later. In fact, it's just there. So we need to decide what colour we're going to paint that. So that's engine's done, number one. Number two is like the interior tray. So that big piece is the tray, and you get your seats, you've got a roll bar, optional. I think that's a CB radio, a couple of steering wheel parts, dashboard, gear stick, etc. So we'll have a quick look at that. So this is sprayed. I'm not going to go crazy on inside detail, but the steering wheel is in. Went for the Nova SRI steering wheel, for those who understand what that means. Gear stick, CB radio, which I'm going to put in even though it's an option. Seats have been painted. I sprayed them actually, but then I've just kind of touched up the backs because the backs didn't spray well. Roll bars sprayed, so that's kind of all drying at the moment. Would like to put all that together, but we'll see. Needs a second coat. We'll see if I have time to do that tonight. Step 3, you get all these crazy big steps with loads going on. And step 3 is literally remove the center of a tire, and then you have a wheel choice. So here are the tyres. That's step 3. We'll be removing that, nice and easy. Firestone branded, if you can see that. And then you get two options of tyre. You get this kind of alloy looking one, which I actually prefer. But then you get these ones that come on the pickup truck, and they're silver, pre-chromed, don't need to be painted. Yeah, so I'm going to use those. And actually they look pretty nice anyway. So I should be able to go ahead and do step 4 tonight. And then step 5 is starting to attach stuff to the chassis rail, which is around somewhere. There it is. Decision point at some point to decide if I'm going to repaint stuff or leave it in this kind of undercoated grey, because it's good enough. And it's just, do I want to do a load more painting? So I need to have a little look at that, and then we'll maybe pick it up when we're about halfway through. Okay, right, let's immediately roll on with the update without going over old stuff too much. So, we were up to about 3 or 4 last time. So here they are. Here the nice shiny wheels are in. Didn't have to paint any of them, so they're in. They've all gone in fine. They're all good. Proper kind of soft rubber, which is nice. So they're done. Then we turn, let's skip back to number 2. So almost like the interior tray. Very simple 2-colour paint scheme. I try and keep things simple because then it does look okay. Can't quite get the focus, but we got the gear stick. The steering wheel's in there, the seats, the roll bar, that went in nice. I remember when I did the stock car, the roll bar was an absolute nightmare, but this one was good. So that's in and ready to go. Then these steps 5 and 6 were about building on the chassis rail, front struts, suspension, things like that. So we're about the shadow, putting the engine in. Right, let's skip to that one. So here we are. Bits are gluing, the engine is in. Things were all built on the chassis rail. It was quite complicated, but it actually went together okay. I had to like offer up pieces and just make sure I was putting them in the right place first. You'll notice it is a slightly different colour. I took the option to respray the chassis rail and some of the underside a darker grey. I felt the light grey is an undercoat, and I got away with it before, but I don't think I could get away with it on this model. That bit's okay for the interior, but this bit, chassis rail is a bit darker. And then I have sprayed the exhaust pipe system silver, which is what's the next step here. I'll try and like keep out of the way of the shadow, but this is all a little bit. Oh, can I zoom in a bit? Oh, there we go. Oh, much better zoom. this is what we're doing next, and it has to like go in and go under some parts and cross other parts. So got to work that one out, and then we'll move on.